Thanks so very much for being there. This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television, bringing the news on the hour. I am Fulusho Taiwo. You're welcome. No fewer than 300 priests of the Diocese of the Niger-Onitsha area on Friday stormed the Anambra State Government House accusing the state governor of religious bigotry. The priests, all dressed in their robes numbering about 300, blocked the Anambra State Government House in protest. They vowed not to leave the scene until the governor addressed them. It was gathered that their protest was over the alleged seizure of Bishop Crowther Primary School in Onitsha by their Roman Catholic counterparts, which the Anglicans claimed belonged to them.
The clergymen of Diocese on the Niger have been here for more than 3 hours to see the governor, and they locked the number 10 gate against, and we see people entering the government house and coming out, that they could not give respect to the clergymen and kept clergymen of this status outside the gate, not even second gate, not even the last gate, express. That is where they kept the clergymen that are not with arms, that say we want to see our governor. So there is no hall in the government house. There is no canopy in the government house. There is no place where they can ask us to come and sit down and know why we are here. And for 3 hours or more, 4 hours now, they did not deem it fit and kept us under the sun. We will wait. Let it be on record that we waited till the end of the day. But let them know that it is better for them to open the gate, allow us in, give us seat, and listen to us. But if he has closed the gate and continue, no problem. We will wait. And God will go and speak for us. Look at the things we are presenting. Bishop Crowther Memorial Primary School belongs to the Anglican Church. That the governor must stop disrupting our church services. Talks. We are there for up to 2 Sundays, beating our members. Talks, not even talks. How will government use talks against the people of his state?
The United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. William Symington, has said that the country's greatest resources are the youths and not petroleum. Symington said this during his visit to Makoko community while addressing some of the pupils of Adekunle Anglican Primary School, Makoko. Symington urged the pupils to be selfless in their quest to learn, stressing that what they learn will be used to develop the country. Symington also commended the leaders of the community for allowing their children to attend school, saying that Nigeria will benefit in the long run if every citizen could read and write. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has declared an indefinite and total nationwide strike to protest the poor funding of Nigerian universities. The union accused the government of not implementing the memorandum of action signed with it. Briefing newsmen after its National Executive Council meeting, National President of ASU, Professor Biodun Ogunyemi, said all appeal made to the federal government to honor the agreement with the union was ignored. Speaking on the development, Sani, in a post on his Twitter page, said the ASU strike was justified to save public universities in Nigeria. The Kaduna lawmaker, while taking a swipe at lawmakers with words abroad, noted that Nigeria can afford to fund public universities adequately. The Lagos State Chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC has officially presented Dr. Femi Hamzat as the deputy governorship candidate for the state. The announcement was made at the party secretariat at the event, which was attended by party executives in the state. Hamzat was officially declared the running mate to Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the APC governorship candidate. Hamzat was born in 1964 in Lagos and holds a BSc in Agricultural Engineering and MSc in Crop Processing Engineering, both from the University of Ibadan. He also has a doctorate degree in the System Process Engineering from Cranfield University, England. He was appointed Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in Lagos State in 2011. An anti-corruption group, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to order the probe of Kano State Governor Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje following some video clips on the internet showing the governor allegedly collecting kickbacks from contractors. The group, in an open letter to the president, urged Buhari to use his good offices to direct either the Attorney General of the Federation or anti-graft agencies to probe the bribery allegations against Ganduje. It argued that though the alleged bribery directly concerned Kano State, the federal government could not afford to look away. The anti-corruption advocacy group added that any allegations of bribery and abuse of power in any state of Nigeria is of concern to every Nigerian and should therefore be of concern to Buhari's government. It urged the president to oblige his request to order Ganduje's probe within 14 days, saying it would not hesitate to go to court should its request be ignored. The group also charged the federal government to ensure the protection of Mr. Jafar, the journalist who filmed Ganduje allegedly collecting bribe. Meanwhile, the presidency, through special advisor to President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, however, said that the alleged bribery case was a state government issue, and so the president must not dabble into it. We shall now take a short commercial break. We shall be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
It is time for the fulfillment of the promise of restoration according to Joel 2:25 at the Divine Commonwealth Conference of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, DIVCON 2018. The Lord says, I shall arise and comfort my people. DIVCON 2018 begins Monday 12th to Friday 16th November at the National Christian Center, Abuja, and features Bible study, prevailing prayer sessions, and soul-stirring messages on the conference theme, I will restore. Come, learn how to deal with the locust of our time, and we shall eat in plenty and be satisfied. DIVCON 2018, a time of revivals, divine encounters, and national discourse featuring anointed speakers and vibrant teachers nationwide. DIVCON 2018 opens with a revival service on Monday 12th at 5 p.m. while the formal opening charge will be on Tuesday 13th November 10 a.m. by the conference convener, the Most Reverend Nicholas Oko, Metropolitan and Primate of all Nigeria Anglican Communion. Come and be blessed.
He will restore.
You are welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. To be up to date with our news and other programs, download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. For eyewitness report, please send your video clips to pictures to news@acnn.com or acnnnigeria@gmail.com. The Ogun State government has kick-started the distribution of materials to 1,800 flood victims in Abeokuta North and South local government areas. Governor Ibikunle Amusun said flooding is a global phenomenon caused by climate change and has continued to wreak more havoc in different parts of the world. Represented by his deputy, Mrs. Yetunde Ononuga, the governor said mostly affected structures were on flood-prone areas with poor sanitation. He urged relevant government agencies to be more effective at ensuring good environmental sanitation to prevent a recurrence. Also, the Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Mustafa Mahihaja, who was represented by Chief Planning Officer Mr. Shegun Afolayan, said 1,800 victims registered with NEMA and their items were ready for distribution, and urged the federal government to sign the agency's bill into law to enable it to perform its duties. The Commissioner for Environment, Bolaji Oyeleye, said the materials distributed to the flood victims included foodstuffs, building materials, and mattresses. He advised the beneficiaries to use them well. The British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Paul Arkwright, announced that Prince Charles will engage in peace-building activities, including addressing the persistent attacks on herdsmen on farming communities in Nigeria. The Prince of Wales and his wife, Princess Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, are expected in Nigeria from November 6 to November 8. In a high-profile visit, during which the royals will also have audience with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. Speaking with journalists ahead of the visit, Arkwright said that one of the events on the agenda was for Prince Charles to discuss practical solutions to alleviating the tensions arising from the activities of herdsmen. Herdsmen have launched deadly onslaughts on farming communities in Nigeria in recent years, raising concerns over the future of agriculture in a nation having majority of its populace engaged in subsistence agriculture. The top diplomat said that other events lined up on the agenda of the visit will focus on culture, music, fashion, among others. And now to some foreign news. As a caravan of migrants makes its way through the region from El Salvador to the U.S., bishops from 3 Anglican provinces of U.S.-based Episcopal Church, the Anglican Church of the region of Central America, and the Anglican Church of Mexico have called for solidarity from the Anglican Communion and governments of transit countries to the USA. The plight of the people making the journey has been reported around the world after U.S. President Donald Trump said that he had mobilized the military to prevent them crossing the American border. Bishops from Honduras in the U.S.-based Episcopal Church, Guatemala, and El Salvador in the Anglican Church of the region, Central America, and North and Southeast Mexico in the Anglican Church of Mexico have responded to the situation in a joint letter calling for a show of solidarity from the authorities of Central America, Mexico, and the USA, United Nations, and civil leadership with respect to the caravan of people who are traveling towards the United States in search of opportunities of decent work. They described it as a new exodus of our marginalized people enslaved in their respective countries through a reality of social and moral neoliberal economic scene. It takes away their lives with injustices and violations of their human rights. However, the United States President Donald Trump has been vocal in his opposition to the caravan, claiming that they are made up of some very bad thugs and gang members. He said that the U.S. border is sacred, therefore anyone coming in must do so legally. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani has vowed to break sanctions reimposed by the U.S. targeting more parts of the economy as thousands of Iranians chanting "Death to America" rallied on Sunday, rejecting calls for their talks. The Trump administration is restoring all sanctions lifted under the 2015 nuclear deal in a bid to pressure Iran as they will hit oil exports, shipping, and banks and make it difficult to do business with the oil-rich nation. But Mr. Rouhani struck a defiant tone and said that Iran will continue selling oil. However, Mr. Trump has taken a more aggressive approach to Iran than Barack Obama, as Trump administration also planned to stop Tehran's malign activities, including cyber attacks, ballistic missile tests, and support for terror groups and militias in the Middle East. More than 700 individuals, entities, vessels, and aircraft are now on the sanction list, including major banks, oil exporters, and shipping companies, adding that the Brussels-based SWIFT network for making international payments is expected to cut off links with targeted Iranian institutions, isolating Iran from international financial system. The Secretary of State, Mr. Pompeo, said the U.S. aimed to reduce Iranian oil sales to zero, as more than 100 big international companies had withdrawn from Iran because of the looming sanctions.
That they are important, that they drive the Iranian people's opportunity. The whole world understands that these sanctions are real, that they are important, that they drive the Iranian people's opportunity to make the changes in Iran that they so desperately want, and stop Iran from having the wealth and money that they need to continue to foment terror around the world.
Another signatory to the nuclear deal, China, has said it regrets the reimposition of sanctions and that its lawful trade with Iran should be respected. Meanwhile, Trump administration has granted exemptions to 8 countries to continue importing Iranian oil without naming them. But it was reported to include U.S. allies, Italy, India, Japan, and South Korea, along with Turkey, China, and India. And so that's it on this edition of the News on the Hour. We want to thank you and thank you profusely for watching. I am fully sure I will please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.